The Alliance needs you. I need you. To like and subscribe.
It's time for us to move to the next main quest, and that is here in Noveria. I think I've been to both of those other systems. Noveria is another human colony that we have yet to explore. Just double checking these other or planets, I should say. Here's one to survey. Matriarch's writings. We've already completed that collection, but a little bit extra XP can't hurt. Noveria. Noveria is a small, frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It's privately chartered by the Noveria Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it is the source of many wild conspiracy theories. It's a very cold planet.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy. Be advised, we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
What a fun bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
I've been debating who I'm taking with me on this mission. I do want to take Liara because the quest involves her mother, Benezia. And then I have really good gear right now on Ashley. But, I mean, here, Kaden has tech powers and biotics. Rex has good gear. Garrus has been a favorite lately. Maybe Tali this time. Tali has good tech powers against Geth. We'll be running into some of them.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
I can look at... Yeah, she does have points to spend. Oh. Master shield boost for one. And what could we do? Max out her hacking. That could be interesting because we can use that on some of the Geth enemies. Let's go greet the people here. I'll turn off our helmets. Unfortunately, you can't do that for our Quarian companion. Here they are waiting for us.
That's far enough.
Something wrong, officer?
You better hope there isn't. This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, man. We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
It would not be wise to search for the Geth unarmed.
Nobody takes my weapon.
Charge and lock! We are authorized to use lethal force. You have to the count of 3 to surrender your weapons. 1, 2, 3.
Captain Matsuo, stand down! We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
You may proceed, Spectre. I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs. Behave yourself.
There we go.
Get out of here. I'm sure Parasini-san will answer any questions you have.
Guess they don't like visitors. Especially not ones strapped to the teeth with guns like we are.
Weapons detectors, don't mind the alarms. I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Analeus. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
I have urgent business here.
One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
What about... why are there so many guards?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The Executive Board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The Board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an asari lawyer to see the case through.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
Benezia. She is here?
Oh, I have to find Benezia.
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Well, I would like to go there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Analeus for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
Understood. Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the Administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
I don't really think we do.
No, I don't. I trust you, Liara. You may not be military, but you're part of my crew.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
Oh, we're in the port. Just saying we're not allowed to... This unnerves me a little bit, these drones. Just saying we're not allowed to leave.
The galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety, and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Friendly administrative staff.
The managers warned us about you.
Here's a guy we can trade with. Opold.
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
You know that already.
News travels fast here.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
You want me to smuggle for you?
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
What is in the package?
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
And who is it going to?
I want to know where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
Well, look at it this way. How do I know I'm not giving it to someone who wants me dead?
I'd be stupid to do this without knowing I'm not equipping my own enemies.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
There's a lot of ways to do this. You can deny the quest. You can accept the quest, which is what I'm about to do.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Analeus. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
I'm just browsing right now.
This
go do
one
that.
awaits your return.
There's actually several ways of completing this smuggling quest. Opold, we can, which is probably what I'm gonna do, pick up the package and give it to Opold. Opold told us who the package is going to, so we can pick up the package and then deliver it to the person that he was gonna sell it to. He told us not to tell Analeus about this, which we could, either before or after picking up the package, go to Analeus and warn him about the smuggling going on. And the fourth option, which is not mutually exclusive, like we can also do that while we're talking to Opold in a moment, is saying, hey, I want to keep the item for ourselves. In which case, at least if I just talk to Opold and then say, oh, I'm gonna keep the package that you want to smuggle, then Idamorna, the Krogan that wants the item, ends up coming after us, trying to kill us. So here's the package. And there's nothing weird to it, it's just we're not gonna get searched if we go through the customs here again, because we're Spectres. Well, we are a Spectre, and we have our team. Where is Tally? Oh well. Oh, here you are. Oh, additionally, if you really quickly want to get through this level and be allowed to leave the port, you can turn in Opold to Analeus, and you can get a garage pass that lets you leave the port really quickly, instead of having to do another side quest, which we're about to do.
Greetings, Spectre. Have you brought the package?
Yes.
Here you are.
The Spectre has done a great service for this one. From the deepness of light, it thanks you. This one promised compensation for services rendered. It humbly suggests that a sum of 250 credits would be most appropriate.
Give me more.
Would you have had any chance of getting this past customs without me? You can be a bit more generous.
The other's words possess the discomforting ring of truth. This one could raise the sum to 500 credits. That is half this one's profit taken by the other. It can offer no more.
That's a little better.
That's thoughtful of you.
This one is glad to have come to an agreement.
500 credits is still terrible.
Show me what you're selling.
Of course.
Standard items for right now. Ooh, high-level stuff here. Krogan heavy armor. This is not particularly good, actually, even though it's level 10. Metagel upgrade, yes. Rosenkopf materials license, yes, I want that. Human light armor. Oh yeah, it's not very good at all. Titan 4. Well, appreciate it nonetheless. And then we'll do things the way we're supposed to do, because I know some stuff we can skip, but they said we have to talk to the administrator, who is over here, in order to ask him, like, hey, can we get your permission to leave the port, because we need to be somewhere else. Oh, there's Gianna Parasini. So I'm just looking around if there's anything interesting, but there isn't.
How can I help you?
I'd like to speak to Analeus.
One moment, please. Mr. Analeus?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard is asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
It's a very busy Solarian.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain spaceborne vagabonds.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the Executive Board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
Well, that does tell us something.
I've heard an Asari Matriarch is here. Benezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
Kind of personal escort.
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos? Odd that you shouldn't mind their presence.
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Benezia from taking them.
Do you know what kind of cargo they were bringing?
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
Well, I need to speak with her.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Well, I can drive there. I have my own car.
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
I can reimburse you if it's that little.
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Yeah. So as you can tell, he's not a very nice guy.
Mr. Analeas isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan.
Who else could help me?
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
No, I'm a military career man.
So it would seem. I need an alternative.
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Analeas.
Talk to you later.
Very well.
We'll talk to Keen. I somewhat like the interior of this place, Port Hanshan, but it seems pretty clear that... I like that there's some NPCs walking around at least, or just sitting around. But it's clear that there's nothing going on here. You have this weird... Like some of these rocks are exposed. I mean, some of that can be interesting design, I guess, but... Water features. You have this terrace design, as in lower, a little bit higher up, and here's the highest up area. But there really is nothing. Like there is, you've got some room there, rooms there, and rooms on the opposite sides. But in the middle, there's not much going on. I was always upset with also these kind of doors. Like it's an elevator and it's red. There literally is nothing there. But it makes you feel like there should be something there, and you should be able to go there. Behind here, I believe is like the cafe or whatever. Or the club. And here we are. There's Laura Keen.
I need a moment of your time.
And we can talk to this lady.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity. Or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
Why do you need me to do this and you can't?
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
So why do you want me to talk to this guy?
I don't know anything about binary helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in binary helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commandos, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to asari copyrights.
Well, we know that that's
true. You will
true.
present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
What do I get for this?
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
500 is so little, though. I'll do it.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here's the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I've assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Sure, give it to me.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services. I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
Okay.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
So at any point you can give up and tell her, I quit, I don't want to do this anymore. And this is an easy quest to fail because you require a ridiculously high charm or intimidate score to be able to keep the conversation going with Mr. Vargas. What do we know about Binary Helix? I've forgotten most of it, but what I do know is that Saren is investing in the company, and that the facility or the lab is probably their property. That's where Benezia and her commandos went to today. So we don't like them, in short.
Mr. Vargas, I'm Commander Shepard, a Spectre. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
You can also literally just tell him that you're being asked to spy on him, and then kind of that way she cannot execute her plan.
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Citadel contracted to a Solarian corporation for its enhancement programs.
That's true.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation, I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in CG muscle degeneracy.
Muscle degeneracy, you say?
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of element zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss rates. I can get you those improvements for 30k credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement package, guaranteed 20/15 vision, and hearing from 12 to 22,000 hertz.
For reference, that is slightly better than average. 2015 vision is... 2020 vision is normal. That means that you see something... that if something's 20 feet away from you, it looks like it's 20 feet away from you. 2015 is if something's 20 feet away from you, to you it looks more as if it was closer, 15 feet away from you. So you actually see things a little sharper than the average person would at that distance. And 12 to 22,000 is a little bit like it's about 2,000 hertz higher and a little bit lower than the average human can hear. So you just have a little bit more range. Could be very useful.
How would you distribute the upgrades? Retroviral injections would take some time.
Well, it does take time to upgrade a body with adjusted DNA. Skin cells could be replaced in 2 weeks, but the liver takes over a year, and the skeleton a decade. For frontline units, we can speed the process with full system transfusions and injections to stimulate regrowth. It would still take 6 months to see results. I have to admit, it surprised me that you are here for business. There are many development projects on Noveria, some not entirely legal.
Do you know about anything not so legal?
If you have any tips, I'd appreciate them. It would reflect well on you and Binary Helix.
I'll keep that in mind. Of course, we don't perform espionage on our competitors. That would be illegal.
Oh, I'm getting a page.
Sounds like my crew needs me for something. I'll be in touch.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to doing business with the Citadel.
Well, actually, that might not happen.
Any results?
Yeah.
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
How about a little more than that?
Only 500. All right. I thought you might have wanted to provide more, since you couldn't do it yourself, I mean.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750. Good day, Spectre.
2 renegade points for that. It kind of reminds me of Fallout 4 dialogue system. You know, not in that the extreme that does it, but it does give me the same satisfaction.
I'm sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without a corporate account.
Yes. Where in Fallout 4 you usually had an option to bully people for more money, usually up to 3 times.
I'm on Noveria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time from the Traverse. Did you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue here with synthetic insights. The manager, Laura Keene, he got caught with his toes wet. The office is closed by Hanshin's administrator. I need you to see what you can find out about... Are you ready for his name? Ronadril Gan Swa Folsum Karatin Nar Ead Belanaleus. No, that's the administrator. The Hanshin administrator. Well, think about it. A Turian wouldn't risk getting his office closed. They don't compromise their team. That's drilled into them from boot camp. I think the administrator is using this Keene fella to draw flies from his own clutch. Of course I could look it up myself. But do you think I'm likely to get any unfiltered data through Noveria's own network? That, and it would take forever for any out-system search results to get back here. Thank you, Elder Brother. I have to go. Yes. I'll speak to you soon.
It's a little bit of interesting story going on here. That's exactly what we're dealing with, but we're gonna solve the problems of Keene and Annihilus quicker than that random Solarian guy can. Here's Inamorda.
Beat it.
He doesn't have anything to say to us, and we don't have anything to talk to him about.
I said beat it. Go find something else to do, stupid mammal. If you don't stop poking me, I'll throw you off that balcony. Beat it.
I do like that he has different dialogue for repeatedly trying to interact with him. Security control units. Should we be messing with that? Nothing to see here, sir. I mean, why don't we try messing with that? I don't know if that's going to help us, but... We disabled the security at Synthetic Insights. Okay, that's Laura Keene's company. But we haven't actually talked to Keene himself yet, so we should do that. Because we have no reason to go to his office right now. Oh, there is actually... Before I talk to Keene real quick. Nothing here.
No, sure, the company takes care of its own. Full insurance, paid vacations, subsidized housing. After a year, I'd start getting stock options.
You hear about the resort then? And the equator? Bounce backing, diving, and accredited asari field?
If you like that sort of thing, I'd rather admire the view.
corporate people.
Afternoon. Sit down, have a drink. What can I do for you?
Are you Mr. Keen?
Are you Lorik Keen? I've heard you might be able to help me.
You are the Spectre that just arrived, are you not? What can an old Turian like me possibly help you with?
Well, I gotta get out of the port.
I'm trying to find a way into the garage. I have places to go.
You need a pass. How fortuitous. I'm the manager of the local Synthetic Insights office. For the moment, at least. Mr. Analeas closed my office. He claims to be investigating reports of my corruption. The administrator is an interesting man. He's become quite wealthy since he took direct control of rents.
What a coincidence.
I sense a connection there.
Indeed. I acquired evidence of Analeas' actions. His hired goons are ransacking my office to find it. I suspect your goal lies outside this port. Mr. Analeas would be disinclined to let you wander. If you recover the evidence from my office, I will give you my garage pass, as well as a sum of credits.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds like a fair trade.
Violence against Mr. Analeas' thugs may be necessary. He has members of Hanshan's security team searching my offices. He's paying them under the table. Miss Matsuo is unaware of their outside employment.
So they're crooked.
If he's paying them under the table, they're mercenaries. I can kill mercenaries.
Excellent. Here is my pass into our offices. It will activate the elevator. The evidence is on my office computer. This OSD contains an encryption key to access it. Slide it into the drive and it will auto-execute. Oh, and do try to keep bloodstains off the carpets, would you?
I would say we'll try to minimize like casualties that are not required, not intended, but I mean, you don't get a choice. You can talk, I think, 2 soldiers out of fighting with you. That's about it. You could avoid all of the bloodshed if you had done the mission totally differently, but maybe Analeas isn't a very good guy. Maybe he deserves having some dirt dug up on him. Yeah, to get to... There's nothing down here, right? No. To get to his office, it's literally just down here. If I recall correctly. Yeah, right here. That guy Hall is a mechanic for the garage.
Spectre, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
I used to be a military tech. Except for Mayuko's people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you today?
Can you get me out?
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Analeas or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
Don't you have enough? Don't you have a pass?
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm. Security tracks card use.
I guess not then. Thanks.
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll be here.
Everyone's got their weapons? Yeah. Be prepared. Hello.
Freeze! Hanshan security. This office is sealed.
Well, the owner of the office let me in.
Lorik Keen gave me a pass in.
Keen? Are you working for him? He's under investigation.
Well, you're not here legally, so...
Analeas is paying you to shake this place down. Does Captain Matsuo know you're here?
Hey, I'm not the one who wants Keen. Analeas has a Varen up his ass about this guy. How about this? You pretend you didn't see us, we'll pretend we didn't see you.
Alright, but then immediately combat does start. What can we do there? A singularity. Nice shotgun blast, but it's... We can throw another singularity. Hopefully when they get up. Yep. There. That's one gone. Where's the other ones? This implies there is someone right above the top of the steps here. Oh, and there is. That's one. There's two. There's one more. I think they're downstairs. I think they're in the side room here. Which we can't get into, or we can't get into here. Kara Sterling. Sterling is that woman that we met at the port. Ooh, door control. Not Captain Matsuo, but the other woman that held a gun to her face. Some upgrades. Medical kit. Safe. Speaking of upgrades, I don't know which one of us... Liara? Combat Optics 8. I have Combat Optics 10. Tally. High explosive rounds. I can give you like way worse high explosive rounds, but what if I instead give you something cool with polonium rounds? Would let you shoot more often without overheating your weapon, maybe. Wow, you can really hit us from all the way up there. Where did you hide? Oh, there. Why don't you go... yeah. Let me go way back. Yeah, this time it didn't hit me. What if I punch you? Oh, you're resistant against that? Okay. Ow. That hurt. Okay, so we got that. And nothing else down here. Oh, here's another locked crate. I have to wait until this effect goes away. There we go. Much better. Then, isn't it through the computer here that we do something? No? Liara, get out of the desk, please. Oh, you don't know how? Okay, I think there's nothing here. I think we have to go up, and now Miss Sterling should be waiting for us up there. Either that, or... yeah, suddenly we have access to that office. She'll be waiting for us on the way back. So here's Keen's office. Medical kit, his computer. You downloaded the evidence. And then there's this safe. There's Sterling and her goons.
I don't think you're supposed to be in here, Shepard.
Do you plan on making me leave?
Leave? You think I'm gonna let you walk out? Analeus would throw you off-world for what you did here. I won't. You know what we did to cop killers on my world?
You're here off-duty breaking the law for bribe money. You expect us to feel bad for stopping you?
Saw what I did to them, what do you think I'll do to you?
If you want to fight, I'll give you one.
You talk the talk. Let's see if you can walk after I break your legs.
Get out of here with those snipers. What the heck do you think you're doing, guard? Something I can do with Sterling over there is warp. Ooh, lift, do you see that? Can do... Why don't we use throw on her? Boop. Is them gone? Okay, Sterling's dead. And there's just some people down there. Callie, you can't just step in front of me. And there's a guard there. And not anymore. And so we have the evidence. Now there's a bunch of people dead. You know, just how we normally solve problems, I guess. Hope nobody's gonna complain that they heard all the gunshots. Where to next?
Commander, there have been reports of noise from the Synthetic Insights office. Would you know anything about it?
No, not at all.
Of course not. Why would I?
Don't play me, Shepard. Meet me at the hotel for a drink before you talk to Keen. I'll be waiting.
Again, you can solve this quest in a few different ways. So we have the evidence against Analeus. We can do what Gianna says, which is what I'm going to do, by the way. And that is talk to her first. Then talk to Keen. We can get a garage pass through Keen. And with Keen and his evidence against Analeus, Parasini gets to arrest Analeus. We can just give it to, straight up give it to Keen, which doesn't help Gianna in what she wants, but does get us the garage pass. We could go to Analeus with it, in which case both Parasini and Analeus end up dead, but you can still get your garage pass. Let's see.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. Parasini, Noveria Internal Affairs.
Okay, and?
What do you want?
The Executive Board knows about Analeus' corruption. I've been undercover for 6 months. I want you to convince Keen to testify before the Board. With his evidence, this planet can run profitably again.
And why do you need me? Why can't you do that?
Why don't you ask Keen directly?
I'm Analeus' secretary. You'd think he'd believe me? That he'd meet me in some dark alley with his evidence?
Well, I need his garage pass.
I need Keen's garage pass to complete my mission.
You help my investigation, I'll provide whatever you need. Favor for a favor.
In the long run, it is better to remove the source of the problem.
Look, Shepard, I don't like this either. You Spectres play fast and loose with the law. That's bad for business.
To even rub that point more in, like prove that point more, you can just be like, well, for money, I'll do it. But I'm not a mercenary, I'm a Spectre. I'll do it.
Alright, I'll talk to Keen and see if I can convince him.
Thank you. You know where I work. Come talk to me once you know if he'll play ball.
There's an infinite morality points glitch when you talk to Keen. Maybe I can show you.
Always a pleasure, Spectre. Any news on that matter I asked you to look into?
You need to testify against Annihilus.
I finished the job, but an internal affairs investigator contacted me. She wants you to testify against Annihilus.
Now that you have my property, you want to dictate how I use it. I have no interest in a public spectacle.
But you'd be a hero.
Everyone on this station is chafing under Annihilus' extortion. You might end up a hero.
My employers rely on the goodwill of the executive board to work here.
The board was already investigating Annihilus. They're concerned about the worm in their own fruit.
All right. It is obvious that I cannot dissuade you. Very well. I will testify. Make whatever arrangements you need with your contact. I will wait here.
So 24 Paragon points.
I have not been contacted regarding our arrangement yet. Are things in hand?
Did you see an Asari Matriarch recently?
Yes, she caused quite a stir. It's not every day a Matriarch arrives with a guard detail.
I have a different question.
Humans are full of questions.
And then we can say,
while I have the time to spare.
We can say testify against Annihilus again,
I finished the job.
and then do it again,
Very well.
and we get the Paragon points again. I already have lots of Paragon points, so I don't need to keep doing that. Look, it's maxed out. But if I had enough Intimidate points to do the, Intimidate points to do the Intimidate option in dialogue with him, I could then also get free Renegade points. So if you wanted, in the original version of the game, there's two different achievements. One specifically for getting 75% of your Paragon points, and one for 75% of your Renegade points. They merged those achievements together in this version, the Legendary Edition of the game, where it's just go either way for 75%. Just be like consistent morally, essentially. But in the older version of the game, yeah, you could just be pretty much a good guy, but you have a bunch of points in Intimidate, and then just farm your Renegade points from this guy, and then still be marked as, hey, you've done enough Renegade stuff, and then get your achievement at least. And it's back to Annihilus' office to see how this unfolds now that we've convinced Keen to testify, and we have the evidence, and we've agreed to help Gianna.
Spectre, have you given any more consideration to my offer?
It took some persuasion, but Keen has agreed to testify.
That's a world of stress off my back. I'll take the evidence for safe transport. I didn't think you'd help me, being a Spectre and all. I guess some of you can be alright.
Oh, what about my garage pass?
So, how about getting me into the garage?
While you were working on Keen, I got you a garage pass. Be careful up there. I have an arrest to make. Wish I had time to change into something easy to move in. I hate skirts.
This is an outrage. I'll see that you never work in this sector again.
Yeah, get a move on.
You, Shepard! I demand you place this bitch under arrest!
You have the right to remain silent. I wish to God you'd exercise it. See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
I like how there are so little opportunities or instances where a character actually says a swear word, even though this was like a rated 18 and up game. Like, so they're allowed to swear, and so you'd see it's almost jarring to have Annihilus just call Parasini a bitch. It happens in Mass Effect 2 as well, where there are some swear words where it seems just appropriate. And then in the third game, it seems like they tried to sanitize the language a little, which was very odd to me. Well, now we have a garage pass, We've taken care of the administrator, so we're free to just go to the garage and continue our investigation to find Matriarch Benezia. Is this way for...
Access to the garage is restricted.
I got a pass, actually.
I have authorization. Excuse me.
Yes, that's genuine. Drive safely. The weather's supposed to be pretty bad out in the Alutsk Valley.
Oh, what's this?
I'd say these are what the Matriarch had in the crates.
Where is he? Can you use AI hacking on that? Yes. Let's see. No, I'm trying to get it on that target, yeah. These guys are sniping a lot. Ouch. We can knock him down. How did you... Oh, yeah. I'm like, how did you get up there? Let's see, what can we do? Overload? Ooh, that's a big explosion. What about another lift? There we go.
What are these things? Fan out and secure the area. No one gets in or out. What did you do here, Commander?
Geth.
The Geth ambushed us, we fought back. That's it.
Geth, you expect me to... Where did they come from?
If I were to guess, the Matriarch packed them in the shipping container she arrived with.
I don't believe that. We did thorough scans of those. There were no power sources, no element zero masses. If Benezia-sama's containers were packed with these things, there are many more out there.
I'll clear them out for you.
We fought Geth before. We'll take care of them for you.
I appreciate that. My people are good, but few of them have combat experience. I must report to the executive board. If word gets out about loose Geth, there may be an investor panic.
It's like our job just got a whole lot more complicated.
Commander, Caden here. Please like and subscribe.